Okay, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now, Daniel? Because I've been talking to myself here for a while. I think, yes, okay, it's echoing back. Well, I don't know where I started, so let's start all over. Since no one can hear me, let's pretend that it's a brand new show. Hi, everybody, it's Joefer here, the Cranky Old Gay Guy. It is Sunday, May 11th, and that would be Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, everyone. It's Portland. It's overcast. It's cloudy. It's drizzly. I got rained on quite a bit this morning when I walked the dog. Thank you, Daniel. I love that you love watching me. What makes me cranky today, other than the weather? It is coming into Pride Month here in Portland. And Pride Month traditionally has been the month of June. And a lot of Portland still considers it that, even though the Pride event, the big event, is the parade. That is happening in July this year, much like it did last year. Last year, Pride Northwest said it's because they didn't get the permit thing secured in time. Like someone messed up, and then they said no, the city messed up, and it was a lot of passing the buck, put it that way. And then this year they've opted to select it as July. Oh, by overwhelming support, the gay community wanted in July. Well, no one bothered to ask me, and I am part of the gay community. So that makes me cranky. Decisions made without actually, or for the people without actually asking the people. Politicians do this all the time, and it's irritating. Um, I am made Grand Leather Marshal. This is Daniel Cherry. Congratulations, Daniel. Grand Leather Marshal. Grand Leather Marshal, is that a marshal for the parade or is that a title for the leather community as a whole? And if you have made this, I'm guessing that there are videos of you getting this award, I guess, or getting this designation where you'll have a web page. If so, I will have to check it out. Oh, it is for the parade. Okay. And when is your parade? I've been to the San Francisco parade twice, but it's been like 20 years since I've been there. And I remember it lasting 7 or 8 hours, and I couldn't make it through the whole parade. So my friends, we just took off and went and did other things. But the city was really, really crowded. Now, I'm guessing that your parade is in early June or the second week of June. Not sure. Daniel, is your leather name in the leather community Daniel Cherry, or is it Daddy something, or Big Papa, or Mr. XYZ? Well, I will respond once I get the answers to that. So moving on. Um, Cranky. Yes, me, always. About something. I can always find something to be complaining about. I mean, people who know me know that's nothing new. Looks like San Francisco Pride is the last week of June. Daniel Cherry Huggy Bear. Ooh, on Blue Sky. I will have to check you out, Mr. Huggy Bear. I would like to also address someone who sent me a message on my last video and then deleted it because I can't find it anywhere. And it wasn't a bad comment, but they did mention that they said that my outfit made them cranky. I was wearing a gray fur and no shirt, and that I should lose it. And then they said, "Oh, was the coat your mother's?" No, my mother did not have any fake fur coats or real fur coats. It's all me. And sorry to disappoint, but I have several. I think I last count I had 7 of them, all varying shades. I got this one, which is the white. I've got the gray one. I've got the other 3 or 4 are one that looks to me like a coyote fur. It's all splotchy. A big fuzzy brown one, which I love until I get it out in the sunlight, and then it almost turns red. So there's something going on there, but I like the way it feels. And the other 2 are long-haired brown, and they have hoods. And I like the way they fit and feel, but when you put the hood up, to me, it reminds me of just wearing a bathrobe, which makes me kind of cranky. And when I purchased them online from Temu back before Temu had all the tariffs, and they were very inexpensive. And when you see them online worn by models, they look really, really great. And when I put them on again, it just looked like a bathrobe. But returning things to China takes weeks and it's frustrating. And I've done it, and you get store credit. You don't get the same deal you got before. So something that I purchased for 20 bucks, which was wonderful, was so small on me, even though it's the same size as this and two of my other ones, that I had to return it. And then the price had doubled. So I didn't get that. I ended up waiting, and then 6 weeks later, the price went back down and I jumped on it. So, yeah, prices will make me cranky as well. What else have we got going on? I haven't done art in a while. I did some sketching, just pencil sketching like 3 weeks ago, but I haven't really got back into the studio itself to do anything heavy duty, because this channel is taking a lot of time and my days are eaten up, where I have like a half hour in the morning before I leave. And then I get home, and depending on how bad the day was, I might be so exhausted that I cannot sit in front of a computer. I cannot sketch. I cannot draw. I haven't been going to the gym like I should be going to the gym. I did go yesterday, but it's interesting that as I age, um, I know that you don't have the energy that you had before, but I get fatigued a lot quicker than I did as a youth. And even as a youth, I could just sit down for a half hour and then I'd be back at it. Now, sitting down for a half hour, after that half hour, I just don't want to get up again. It's like, I'm just too tired. So then I don't go to the gym, which I should do. And today I should go to the gym as well, because all of my outdoor plans have kind of been stymied because of the weather. I don't want to mow the grass when it's wet. I could do some planting, but I did most of that yesterday evening when it was nice out. Um, yeah, I don't know. My life is a struggle. I know, I know. And also, I would like to address a couple of people asked why I wanted to go to Mexico to get some dental work done. Well, it's because the price of the dental work is going to be less than a third of what it would cost here. So for that same amount of money, I think what I'm looking at is $7,800 here for 3 crowns and one filling. That's it. And it's going to cost me it's going to cost me $2,600, I think 25 or 26 if I go to Mexico and have this done. And I'm looking at a dentist right now in Mexico City. I did price Puerto Vallarta, but they're more expensive. And it's not that much more expensive, but I know that staying there and getting an apartment or something for a week or a hotel room is a lot more expensive than it is in Mexico City or in the Cancun area. And I'm also looking at, I think it's Los Agnoles, something like that. It means it's called Molar City, and it's right across from Tempe, or really close to Tempe, Arizona, but it's in Mexico. I haven't got any feedback from the dentist that I've sent messages to there. Um, the issue I have with that is that I have been told by medical tourists, senior citizens, that when you go to dental practices closer to the border, the prices rise extremely. And I'm frugal. So why go and stay in like Tempe and they do a daily crossover? I'm going to have to go to the dentist probably 3 or 4 days in total. Um, why go and do the crossover and then stand in line to get back in and spend X amount of money when I can go to Mexico City, be a tourist, stay in an Airbnb or a hotel that's cheaper, still do the dental thing, which is cheaper, and get like a mini vacation out of it. I mean, I'm not on the ocean, which would be ideal. That's why I looked at Puerto Vallarta. And I've been to Puerto Vallarta and I really like that city. But price wise, they use a lot of American prices, especially for hotels and restaurants. So it's going to cost as much as it would if I was staying somewhere here. And that's responding to why I want to go to Mexico. Yes, I do have a dentist here, but it's going to be very expensive. Moving on. Let's see. Well, Daniel, it looks like you're the only one who has had any questions or comments for me. And I don't think I've seen you pop up in the comments section before. So I want to say thank you for watching. I imagine you're a subscriber. And thank you for commenting on this live stream. I do appreciate that. Another question. Someone asked me why I'm not running around in underwear as the weather is getting warmer. Well, I am, just not on camera. I am lying around naked in the backyard every time the sun comes out if I'm home. Sometimes in the morning, sometimes in the late afternoon, evening. The thing with the underwear is that when I show underwear, Daniel, I will be doing that soon, but I have to show artwork that is PG, I guess. I have a cabinet right here with a bunch of art in it, but all of it would be considered pornographic by YouTube standards, so I can't show it. And it hasn't been shown at any art shows or anything yet because I got it ready for an art show and then the art show was canceled, so it's just been sitting here. I can show you some old stuff, but give me a minute on that. Underwear. I can't run around in my underwear because then YouTube dings me and they restrict the video, meaning that it'll still have ads, but I don't get paid for the ads because they say they're not advertiser friendly because of the underwear. It doesn't make any sense to me at all because they still run ads during those. I'm just not getting paid for the ads. So I don't know what's up with that. Daniel Cherry, do you have a gallery online that shows your kink art? If so, I would love to check that out as well. Now let's see what we have, which is tame in here. That's my puppy play wall. I did 5 of those. 2 of them sold at the last show I did. 3 of them are still here, and I can't show you any of them because of the subject matter. Let's see. This person over here, that's Alejandro Cabrera, I think is his name. He currently stars as the cartel leader on the Cleaning Lady TV show. But this is a picture of him when he was the pilot of the starship that Jean-Luc Picard had hired in his first season of Picard. And he's an incredibly, incredibly sexy guy. Get an underwear sponsor. You know, that would be great, but I don't know of any underwear companies that are looking for a model with my attributes. I know that Under You for Men has all sizes and shapes of models, but I have never seen them advertised on YouTube. I have met the owner. I don't know him, but I mean, I sit and I talk with him. I've been around him enough. I know who he is. I know several of his employees, and I know a couple of his very close friends. I could ask him about that the next time I see him. I don't see him out often. He'll come in on like a Thursday evening for Naked Pool. They come in early, him and the people I know, and then they have their drinks and then they go to dinner. So I don't really spend a lot of time chatting. And I don't know if I would want to hit him up in a bar situation to ask about sponsorship. But that is a really good idea, and I will definitely look into it. Artwork stole. I'm sorry to hear that the art gallery theft thing happened to you. Let me see if I've got some other art here. Well, down on the floor, I have a naked leather man. Can't show you. On the right, I have an OnlyFans guy, but it's at his button ball, so I can't show you that. Here we go. This is comedian and actress Heather McDonald. I painted this as I wrote a script for a sitcom, and I cast her and 3 other comedians as the leads, and this was what she looked like in the sitcom. She didn't do the sitcom, but this is my vision board, you might say. This is comedian and actor Chris Frangiola. By the way, all of these comedians were on Chelsea lately back in the day. and he plays a priest in this. It's a show about. Well, I don't want to give away the idea, no, but he's in it. This is comedian and actress Sarah Colonna. She is also she works for Chris, our father Christopher, in the sitcom. She's like the nun cleaning lady kind of thing. And then this is actress, comedian Fortune Feimster, who is really popping big right now. And the show was kind of based on her, and I called it Sister Fortune because it was a story about her going somewhere and being in creating like their own kind of family with these other this priest, and Heather McDonald's character, who plays a 50-year-old virgin in the sitcom. Woman who's married to a gay man. Okay, so that's what I did for that. That never took off. I did send out the story ideas, and I did send pictures to the two nuns and Chris. I tried to get a picture to Heather through her website, but it was rejected along with any information that I tried to send. I think Chris's response was, yeah, that's a great painting. But there was no follow-up on that on my part or their part. So I'm at fault by not pushing that idea. Let's see. A pair of Thieves underwear are fun. Is Thieves a brand name? And if so, where can I see them? Let's see. Here is a very, very rough sketch, roughed in panel I was doing. It was kind of a painting. Again, I start a lot of paintings and I don't finish them. This was a rough painting of my sister and her two adult daughters sitting at a cafe in Italy having coffee. And as far as I know, none of them have been to Italy. In fact, I don't think they want to go to Italy. I mean, I'm guessing they would. One of them now is a tattoo apprentice, and she's doing really well. The other one is a baby mama with 2 children, and she lives on the East Coast. And my sister is married to a Comic-Con artist, and they live in far, far, far eastern Oregon. And I say Comic-Con artist because that's what I see his posts are is when he's at Comic-Cons. In fact, he was at one just this week in some small town I've never heard of. And he was one of 4 artists showing. And his artwork, various styles, but most of it is the kind of thing you'd find in a graphic novel. He's really good, and he's made a name for himself. His name is Willite, Willhite, Steve Willite, if you want to look him up or look up any of his works. Shout out to Steve Willite. A pair of thieves are at Walmart and Target, but their underwear is so much fun and comfortable. Huh. I am going to have to look that up. I've not heard of that before. What else have I got? Oh, yeah. Up here, I don't know if you can see that. We got a couple clowns. That's, Puddle's Pity Party. And Puddle's Pity Party, I don't know why there was a delay there, but I watched several of his videos, and then I took different stills so I could get his shape and everything. And then I put him together making a phone call to himself because I thought that was kind of something a clown would do. Even though one's black, one's red, it's kind of his colors. I did show that twice. I had a lot of positive responses, but I also had another painting of a clown that had nothing to do with him. And that's the clown that sold at the last show I did. So it's been a year since I've shown any art in a show too. A year and 4 months, I think. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that I just haven't been producing like I should. And that like I would like to. I'm going to turn my back to you for a second and see if I have anything that I could actually see you in the provocative closet. Okay. this is what I've got in here right now. Uh, this dude, I painted this years ago. Years as in probably 2019, 2020. And that is Giancarlo Vacci. He's an Italian billionaire playboy. Got a sketch of Willie Nelson on pencil. Dolly Parton, not so great. Loretta Lynn looking like an evil puppet. Johnny Cash, evil puppet, possessed. That was my country collection of pencil sketches. And now we're going way, way back in time. These are the first oil paintings I ever did. And I only had like 3 or 4 colors. Anderson Cooper. Yes, he looks yellow in this. Don Lemon. One of the rare pictures that he doesn't look kind of... He looks much fuller faced here, put it that way. And then again, Rachel Maddow, which very yellow, because again, I did this with the 3 colors. And the first show I did, I wanted to take these. And I was nixed on showing them. Because the curator of the show said, oh, no, those are too political. And this was during the first Trump administration. I said, what do you mean political? And they said, well, you can't show those because half of the people here that come in might be Trump supporters. And it's like, well, what does that have to do with anything? These are just gay news icons. And I was told I couldn't show them. So no one saw them and they didn't go anywhere. Okay. Let's see, Daniel. It's just a conversation between you and me. Maybe I should just interview you. Hey, Baz. Welcome. Baz, you're tuning in just in time when I'm ready to tune out. It has been 30 minutes or so, 31, and at least 10 of those are silent because evidently my mic wasn't turned on. Another thing to be cranky about. Baz, I did get your emails or messages. I hope that everything is going well with you. Oh, sorry. Hey, sorry, Baz. That I have to go, but I had guests today. That's why I got started late. They did a big breakfast thing, and they're wanting to go and take me out to some open farmers market thing out in East County. So they are waving me, and I will have to let you all go today. Thanks, Daniel, for coming in and chatting a bit. Thanks, Baz, for coming in. Sorry to dive on you. And I will let you all go and hope you have a great Mother's Day. As always, you can find something to be cranky about. So stay cranky, my friend. Stay cranky. And I will see you all next time. Bye.